I just want to pick something that has a bigger ceiling. And that's kind of where I'm at in my journey. So hopefully
in financial terms, it's referred to as the law of diminishing returns.
Correct. 100%.
So when you're
figuring out, that was much better stated.
Well, no. But when you're looking at making those decisions, because again, you've done a lot in a relatively short period of time. How do you personally go about making a decision to say, okay, it's now time for me to step away from being the face? Because that's a huge transition, because most entrepreneurs, they end up building their own personal brand, not a brand as an entity. Yeah. And to step away is disconcerting.
It's kind of like your baby.
Exactly. So what actually goes through your mind specifically?
Well, so it's been a few conversations, and obviously with people more affluent than me, like they're just making more money. They've been in the game longer. So, I brought up Alex earlier. We've become very good friends, and what's been helpful for me is I've always kind of had this, I don't know if the word's excuse, but when someone older than me would talk to me, I just be like, dude, you're just old. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, I just turned 30. You're like 50 something. You don't know. But like Alex specifically has really started to crush it, and when I saw him get out of Gym Launch and like sell it, and now he's doing acquisition, his whole thing was like, yeah, dude, like it was great, et cetera. But it's like, this has a higher ceiling, and it's a better opportunity. And it's more, it's more about the vehicle you're in than how hard you're rowing. And so when I saw that, I was like, you know what? I've been sitting in this business too long. In fact, I think I could have started this process maybe a year and a half earlier, not too much earlier. But I think I kind of got in a point where I wasn't working a lot. The business is making a ton of money. And then I just kind of was like, oh, is this it? And now I'm in a better spot, but that's where I got that from. And then I also have talked to some other individuals who sold for, 2.4 billion, Paul Orfalia. And I talked to a lady in Miami named Kim Perrell. She sold for 100 million and 250 million. And it just kind of continued to reinforce that decision, because she showed me a company called Chief. Okay. I don't know if you've heard of it, but has 15,000 women, been around for 2 years. It's just an exclusive group, so I think it's like you have to be a VP or higher for 15 plus years or something like that. And they did 100 million last year, totally bootstrapped, and it's a $7,500 a year membership. So I'm like, it's cheaper, it's less fulfillment. They've done it faster. It's still growing. They just got a raise at like 1.2 billion, which I don't think they need. They're basically trying to build like clubhouses, which I don't agree with personally, but. Right. I'm sitting there going, this is literally easier than my business. They're making more. They've been around for less time. And I'm like, everything they're doing, it's like I can know how to do it. Right. I know how to do that. I know how to probably fulfill even better. It's just they're more exclusive and they're paying for that exclusivity. So I think that's kind of what got me into this point, is just realizing I think you have to be honest about the ceiling of your business. And it's hard for a lot of business owners, because we always think like, oh, I just need to optimize this and optimize that. And you can, but then it's that law of diminishing return. And there's just other businesses that are built for more growth. And you saw the same thing with Alex Becker. And so it's been helpful for me to just see guys in the internet marketing space kind of
when
pivot.
Alex shifted from info to SaaS, I mean, that was the big aha moment he had.
And like SaaS, and you don't even have to necessarily do SaaS. Like I spoke to another gentleman named Scott Cohen, and he had a SEO agency. Same type of thing. Internet marketer with a ton of skills. He saw Invisalign, and he goes, they're terrible at their funnels. They have a sales team in Costa Rica. I think I could get one in the U.S. that's better, performs more. They do billboards. They do TV. And he goes, I'm just going to beat them at their own game. So he went and started doing Facebook and Instagram, and got the USA-based sales team. And he took, I think their cost per acquisition, he said, I don't know this for sure, but I think it was like, $1,200 or $1,300 for a $2,000 product. Wow. He got it down to $400, and sold it for $1 billion in less than 2 years, all bootstrapped. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, man, there's just like, it's just a better
sets. Why not?
It's just a better vehicle. And I'm sure he's smart. I'm not taking anything away from them, but I just look at it and go, I'm working so hard to get this incremental, profit, and I don't need the money anyway. So why not swing big? That's how I kind of view it now.
I love that.
Yeah.